How's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, this place. Yeah, this place is pretty cool. Yep, so that little singles meetup group thing, it was a lot of fun. I danced until they kicked us out of the place pretty much. Well, half hour before they kicked us out of the place. Yeah, my legs were killing me. Because this was, this was not like slow dancing, or this was the standard jumping up and down and, wiggling and flinging your arms, So, okay, there was supposed to be 71 people were supposed to show up for it. And I'm going to guess that probably 40 to 50 did. Hard to judge because everybody was rolling in kind of slow. In the beginning, there were probably 15 to 20 people when I first got there. And actually, walking in the front door, I met one of them, like right at the door. I opened the door and held it for her. She was an older woman. And she said, "Are you here for the event?" Like, the event? Yes, I am here for the event. So maybe in time it'll tell us who showed and who didn't, or how many were actually there. However, it's not only a Saturday night thing, and they had this singles dating group going to it, but it's also ladies' night. Yeah, and for ladies' night, the women get really cheap drinks. Like a screwdriver was $1. Granted, it was one of those little tiny champagne glasses, type screwdrivers. You probably need 3 of them to fill up a tall glass. But as soon as I went out, well, first off, I'm talking to a few of the groups and getting to know a few of the people, and I mean, it was almost starting to look kind of like it should have been a Hollywood movie scene. There were absolute dorky people with their little name tag on. We all had our little name tag on, and these people looked like they were absolutely scared to death to communicate with another human being, or some of them were pasty and fat, and you got to wonder if they've even left their house in years. So it was still pretty cool though, because a lot of the women there were very positive energy about the whole thing. I go to look at my phone because, can't help myself but to look at my phone. Dang it. And Sean, of all people, I haven't spoken to her. I haven't heard her voice in almost 2 weeks. Well, it's been a week. It's been a week and 1 day since I had gone over and actually gotten all of my stuff from her house. So I put on my jacket and I went back out to the truck and I talked to her on the phone for about an hour. And it seems that literally the day after, or the day after that, after we broke up, so we broke up on Tuesday, either Wednesday or Thursday, some magical twist of fate, Ron called her. Guy hasn't called her in like a year, she'd said. And yet, we break up and 2 days later he's on the phone. Misses her and wants her back, and so he was out of town, according to her. And when he came back into town on Monday, she paid for a full cruise with him and his family out of her pocket. She lined it up, she got the flight, she paid for the ticket for the cruise, and that was that. Not even a week. And I had just written her a letter over the email saying, maybe you should just try to go back to Ron. She already was with Ron. She was already back with Ron. So we That to me is incredibly insane. Stay down, Hosh. Boulder County Sheriff. So this is devastating to my mind. I mean, how do I even process all of that? It's incredible. It really is. It's absolutely incredible. The story continues. The saga continues. So, in essence, he had bad history with her. You know, they fought and fought and fought and fought and fought and fought and fought. He got into all kinds of legal trouble while he was dating her. And even after they broke up, there were even more problems, you know, that strung into her again. My sister's livid pissed at her. Livid pissed. Way, way more upset at her than I am. She unfriended her on Facebook, sent her a nasty note, and in essence, I talked to her on the phone, and of course she said, I don't hate her. I can't hate anybody, just like I can't hate anybody either. And my sister told me that she saw an amazing amount of potential in Sean for being a great addition to our family. And she really liked her, but she didn't trust her before because of what happened with Sean and I 19 years ago. She knew that she'd broken my heart back then, and she knows how easy I am to drag into it with her. You know, my sister knows how much I care for Sean. She knew it before I started dating Sean again. Her old boyfriend went back to her or his family and said, Sean's going on the cruise with us. And he's very close with his family. She's told me that 1,000 times. And they freaked out. They completely freaked out. They are just beside themselves with anger, according to her. And kind of sounds like it will end up being a serious point of contention between him and his family. And he's very close with his family. So they've already had a few arguments about a few different subjects. They have barely even been seeing each other again for a week. And they're already fighting and ripping at each other. And the family's got ripples rolling through it. And so that's why she called. She called because the guy she went back to is the same guy that he was before. And she's the same person she was before. And the relationship is the same relationship they had before. And so now what do I do? You know? I started a Patreon page. And, you know, I'm really hoping that I can get some sponsorship out of that. I've already saved up. I've got $2,000 at home. The $650 check for my car accident when I got rear-ended is coming in the mail in a few days. And that'll go right into the kitty. And I'll get paid a few days after that again. Shh. Oh, shh. Quiet. Dogs. Shh. And I'll put another roughly $1,000 into it. It's an 80-hour check, and I have a few other little bills to pay, of course. But yeah, looking like I will most likely have $4,000 approximately next Monday saved up already, and It's the beginning of March. The very first day of March, I'll be pretty close to $4,000 saved up from January 15th when I put the first nickel down to now. So I just saw that sheriff. We turned right and went a different route, and he just passed us going the other way. Same one. Because their office is right behind me by about a block. So I went right and he went left. We all ended up at the same end of the square. Anyway, $4,000 in 2 months. Not even quite 2 months. It'll be $5,000 on the 15th. 2 months. I think but I got to put like $500 into this truck, and I'm not going to get another $650 out of thin air. So, well, it's not thin air, but I still have to fix this truck. So I'll probably end up with $9,000 or $10,000 by June. July I could be in the 11, 12, and that's just from my own savings. I really would like to have a huge buffer, and then as soon as our work at work, as soon as the workload at work dies off, because it's going to, it does every year, I would like to be able to move to the boat with, say, $12,000, $13,000 in my pocket, and that potentially could give me all the rigging and paint the bottom and put in a couple of new sensors on the bottom of the boat. But I will use it as my method of paying the bills while I live on the boat out there with no job, if that's how it works out. Once I have a job, and once I'm stable and in a spot, if I'm I'm in a slip, liveaboard slip, I comb my hair before we go in there, and there's a bunch of dogs out here walking around. So once I'm in a liveaboard slip and I've got a job and we're stabilized, I'll take whatever I've got left of the $12,000 and start working on rigging. What is that? What is your dog?